Guys, you're getting ready to see one of the most badass training sessions with Andy Elliott in our private Elliott Training Academy. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek into this training. I'm just telling you, you're getting ready to elevate and go to whole new levels. Grab a pen and paper and get ready to change your life.
What's up, guys? Hope you're doing amazing. Number one, listen. This is super important. Number one, everybody write this down. I am a coach because that's what you guys are. Okay? I don't care what you do for a living. I don't care if you're in sales. I don't care if you own a business. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur. I don't care what you are. Your life is going to go the furthest when you start to identify that you are a coach. That's what you are. Everything that you learn is so, and by the way, I want to be really clear about intentions of learning because I see people doing it differently than I did it. And sometimes I wonder, why did I get such better results than this person? Like, we took the same program. I did better. There's a rule for me. If I'm going to learn it, I'm going to live it.
Ooh, that's one. Okay? Write that shit down.
Yeah. And that's important, man, because listen, everybody write this down. Chase the man, not the dollar. Male or female on this call. Chase who you're supposed to become. Chase your best self. The money's going to come. I see a lot of people right now, they're trying to chase the money. And that's the worst thing you can do because you can actually become confused. Growing should be full of pressure. Growing should not be full of stress. Okay, I want you to understand what I'm saying because, you know, the whole goal of me coaching you is honestly to share the way that I think. That's my number one goal. Listen, I've studied this. I find people who are successful, and I'm going to tell you what I do. I hijack their brain. I want to know how they think. I want to know how they process information. I want to know what they think. Like, guys, listen, whenever shit's not going their way, I want to know, are they going to quit? Are they going to break down? If they did break down, where was it? Where did they quit? If you want to be successful, just stop quitting. Guys, I want to tell you guys, there's going to be really hard days. There's going to be really great days. Everybody has to understand this right now. If you're having a really good day right now, you need to understand you've got a really, really, really shitty day coming your way. I'm not being negative. I'm just telling you what it is. And then when it comes your way, you're not disappointed about it. You're like, oh, okay, cool. This is that test day that I knew was coming. But at least you're aware of it. You're not naive and you're not acting like everything's going to be easy. Only the hard shit pays. Now, my goal is that whatever we learn, we have to live. So it's going to require two decision-making skills. Number one, we've got to decide, what are we going to stop doing? Whenever you're learning something, you have to say, all right, I'm going to stop doing these things because they don't align with that new identity that I have now. That doesn't align with the new me. Okay, and then also, what decisions do I need to make? What are some things I need to start doing? Okay, what are some things you need to add in your life? What are some things that you need to unlearn? Hey, by the way, learning is sometimes unlearning. Some of you right now, like, honestly, I could maybe not teach you anything today, but maybe I could remove some bad habits out of your life. That right there alone would just skyrocket you through the roof. You didn't learn anything. You just, and by the way, I want everybody to write this down because when you're trying to chase the man, chase the person you want to be, I just want to get interviews. You got to devalue money. Wait, Andy, what'd you say? You need to devalue money. You will get money once it no longer controls you. You want to get rich? Money can have no power over you. If I know that you'll make decisions because you want to become the best version of you and you'll never make a decision based off money, you will become dangerous. Guys, this competitor that I'm telling you about building, your enemy does not want you to become this person. They do not want you to be this person. Your competitors, they do not want you to show up this way. Okay, so I wrote down some stuff and I want to share it with you. And then let's go through some training. But remember, whatever we learn, we got to live. There's no value in learning it if we're not willing to adopt it, indoctrinate it, brainwash ourselves with it, and live it. By the way, lastly, super important, your identity. Until your identity changes, nothing will change. Until you believe you're someone else, don't expect to get the results that someone else would get, which is who you want to become. Guys, you got to kill off the old you. You have to. And honestly, there's a game that's kind of gamified here. How often can you kill off your old self? So I want to say this, and this is kind of like a visual, so it's not like I'm not really doing this, but I want you to understand what I'm doing. Every day, I take the old me to the back, and I shoot him in the head. He's gone. I don't want to see him again. I want a new person the next day. My wife's getting a new husband. My children are getting a new dad. My team's getting a new leader. And I'm going to look in the mirror that next morning, and I'm going to meet the next version of me. See, guys, how often you'll decide to do this will decide how far you'll go. And I'm going to give you, everybody write down person 1, person 2, person 3. And I'll make it really clear about how obsessed you must become with learning. Number 1, person 1 kills off their old self every day. Therefore, in a 1-year period of time, they recreate, write it down, recreate, they reinvent themselves every day for 365 days. That's 365 times in 1 year. Pretty simple. Person number 2, they're not obsessed like person 1, but they're still pretty obsessed. They're not as obsessed. Everybody write this down. Greatness is found in the extremes. Greatness is found in the extremes. Until you become extreme in whatever it is you want, you will not be great. You will not break the industry open. You will not make the money you want. You will not make the impact you're after. Your name will not be known. Okay, person number 1 changes 365 days a year. Person number 2, they're not as obsessed. They're not as extreme as person number 1, but they change weekly. Man, in society right now, if someone doesn't change every week, people will be like, my God, you're killing. Okay, let's do the math. Let's do a comparison. You got to decide. You're going to be person 1, 2, or 3 on this call right now. Person number 2 changes every week. There's 52 weeks in a year. So person number 2, who's pretty obsessed, kills off their old self weekly, only recreates 52 times a year. You know what that means? Person number 1, 365 times they changed in 1 year. Person number 2, 365 times 7, or my bad, 52 weeks in a year, changing 52 times in 1 year, times 7 would be 365, roughly. It would take person number 2, if they only changed weekly, 7 years to do what the person number 1 did in 1 year. Oh, snap. Wait a minute, guys. Is the game speed? Is the game how quick can we grow? Is the game how fast can we make decisions that are good for us? Is the game how quick can we kill off old bad habits? How quick can we pick up new good habits? How fast can we kill off, people that are negative in our life? How many new positive people that are like-minded like us, where we want to go, will we add in our life? Person number 1 is extreme. They change in 365 days, 365 times. Person number 2, to match person 1, it took them 7 years to change weekly. Now, over my dead body, would I be caught being person number 3? Person number 3, they change monthly. Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you. The world we live in, most people don't change once in a year. If you could change monthly, people would be like, dude, this guy's changing every month. I know, but he's out. He can't compete. Why? Because if you only change once a month, that's 12 times in a year. And if you wanted to know how you could equivalent the amount of change that person number 1 has had in 1 year, which is 365 times, it would probably take about 30 years. Everybody make a decision right now. You want to do it in 1 year? You recreate, reinvent daily. You want to do it in 7 years? Change once a week? Or do you want to do it in 30 years and your life won't matter? Now the math is on the table. Now the honesty is out there. Now the truth has been told. Whoever can change the fastest wins. So every one of you right now, I need you to, Benjamin Franklin, pros and cons, right? By the way, everybody, do me a favor, write down be instinctive. What does having instincts mean? Listen, I see people all the time, they get a problem in life and they're like, oh, I need to think about this for a minute. I don't think. Think. It feels right to get rid of that person. 5. Hey, I like this guy. His attitude's good. He seems loving. Bam, this is my new buddy. Guess what? At the end of the day, I will tell every one of you, I love my team with all my heart. I love my company. I love everything. Everybody says, don't get close to your people. Don't get close to your people. Don't trust people. You know, you can't love everybody. You can't, listen, guys, I've been fucked. But I wouldn't have the people that I'm with now had I not been crazy loving. Had I not trusted. Have I not given first? Have I not shown loyalty? People say people aren't loyal to you. Good. But for the people who are, I will take care of until I die. How about that? Listen, guys, you can decide to be player 1 or player 2. Run around paranoid. Run around worried. Run around overthinking. Run around paranoid, paralyzed with fear. What happens if blah, blah, blah. Or you can be person number 2 to say, I'm going to be instinctive. I study every day. I train every day. I practice every day. I know what I want. I study everyone. I'm aware of my identity. I know what I'm after. I know the impact I want. I know it. And when I see it, I'm going to grab onto it. Let's go. Got to be willing to make quicker decisions, guys. Everybody write this down. When your decision-making times shorten, your success will grow through the roof. You got to increase. You got to shorten your decision-making time. You got to learn to make faster decisions. You got to learn to have an intuition and be instinctive. Okay. So I said, don't chase the dollar, chase the man. That's what we're going to do. And by the way, listen to me. If you don't know who you want to be, I'm going to tell you this. You'll run into the first person that you run into every day, and they'll tell you who you are. So that leads me to the next thing. Success trap. Ready? Let me explain what a success trap is to all of you guys. Being good at a lot of things, but never being really great at one thing. Oh, man. I know a lot of people right now that do a lot of things, and they're really good at a lot of things, but because they're not the top 1% of what they do, and they're not great at any one thing, no one ever knows their name. They never dominate a market. They never earn the top 1% in that industry. It's called the success trap. Guys, you need to kill off being good. You need to decide, what am I going to be great at? Now, as I tell you this, I need you to understand this. Everybody, and like taking notes quickly with me, you don't need to know what you want to do. Some of you on this call right now, I'm being completely aware. I mean, I'm clear, like you may not know what you want to do yet. You may think you know. I'm okay with that. But you don't always have to know what you want to do. Sometimes you just need to know who you don't want to be now. Maybe some of you need to know, like, listen, I think it's better off for you to know who do I want to be and who I don't want to be than what I want to do. Because if you think you know what you want to do, but you don't know who you don't want to be and you don't know who you want to be, at the end of the day, they're going to toss you around like a paper airplane. You're literally going to be a little puppet. And the puppet master will control you. Okay? So some things. Let's just talk about it for a second, really quick. Everybody write down buckets that build your identity. Buckets that build your identity. I'm gonna say some buckets. Okay, number 1, economical. You want to put a financial fence around your family. You want to buy nice things. You know, you want to have a nice life. Listen, hey, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like, I want you guys to have really nice houses. I want you to earn a lot of money. I don't want you guys worrying about balancing a fucking checkbook. That's a bucket, economical. Secondly, God. Listen, if God's important to you, I'm not asking you to be religious, but I am asking you to make sure you maintain your relationship daily. Always make time. If you want a relationship with God, you got to make time to pray every day. No matter how busy the day gets, no matter how busy it gets, I pray over my wife every night. Every night before we go to bed. Doesn't matter. Funny thing is, most of the time when I'm praying, I'm done. I say, amen. She's already sleeping. It's like putting the kid to bed. I do it every night. Super important. That's the God bucket. He slays my dragons. He fights my enemy for me. I don't even need to fight them. He cuts their head off for me. Okay? Fitness. Write that down. Fitness, my physical health. Guys, every one of you right now, I don't care what you have. If you didn't have your health, you would give up everything to have it. Would you agree? Yes or no? Somebody argue this with me and say, Andy, no, man, if I had $1 billion, dude, I wouldn't care about my health. You wouldn't be alive anymore, dumbass. Okay? So your health is super important. Hey, listen, you guys can understand this. You want to be a psycho competitor, you want to build something bigger, you're going to have to be healthy. Hey guys, write this down underneath the health bucket. If you want to build something big in life, you're naturally going to do hard shit. People who build big shit exhausted. Andy, wait a minute. So you're saying that I can't be rested and get 8.5 hours of sleep every night and build an empire? Nope. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to sacrifice more than you've ever imagined. Most people, when they want to build something big, they underestimate the fact that they have to be extremely healthy to build that. Okay. By the way, some of you are different here. Write this down. Parenting. If you got kids, over my dead body, am I going to let my kids choose another person as their hero? Dude, I'm going to let some other guy motivate my fucking kids. That's going to be my job. Okay? Hey, you got to decide what buckets are important to you. This is how you build your identity. Because, by the way, everybody write this down. What do I stand for? What am I willing to stand on? Dude, if somebody comes in right now and they go, hey, I'll let you stay here with us, but you got to give up these things. You got to say, what do I stand on? What do I stand for? What am I willing to sacrifice? I got to sacrifice. I get that. But I want to know what I stand on so I can make these instinctive decisions when I'm having conversations with people. Hey, let's go to the titty bar. You're in a relationship. I don't do that. People say, come on, man, have some fun. I like fucking cashing big ass checks. That's a lot of fun. Okay, me and you got two different definitions of fun. I think being cool with my team and going to the gym, I think the gym's fun. I think waking up at 4:30 in the morning, cold plunging's fun. Me and you got two different ideas of fun. Okay? At the end of the day, I never lose who I am. I'm recreating daily. Okay, relationship. I need you to know this. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife. You're better off not to be in one than to be in a bad one. I'm going to be completely clear. I'm never going to ask you to quit. I want to tell you guys, if you're going to be in a relationship, do me a favor. Make sure you understand your responsibility in that life is to build that person up, make them feel powerful, make them feel strong, motivate the shit out of them. And that's why it says when you marry them, for sickness or poor. Because you ain't always going to feel like it. Dude, when I have my kids, in the middle of the night, they were crying and shitting their diaper. And I got up and changed them and I didn't feel like it. That's my job. That's my life. I couldn't imagine a parent saying, nah, I'm going to let him sleep and shit all night. I don't feel like it. I know people right now that have a relationship that they could fix so fast. And honestly, their fucking ego's killing it. They have no idea that, well, number one, they don't understand the games. Everybody, once you understand, good job, Sierra. Once you understand the rules to the game, you own the game. You ready? You guys want to own the game? This is the game. Once you realize what you stand for, once you realize what you stand on, once you realize who you want to be, who you don't want to be, I'm going to tell you this, man, you're dangerous. You're dangerous. Hey, guys, it's not a matter of if you're going to make it. It's just when. It's when. I need everybody to understand this. If you guys live by these core values, by these principles, by these things that I'm telling you, dude, all of you are going to be multimillionaires. Now, all of you. There's not one person on this call that won't be a multimillionaire. But I want you to understand this. What is the value of getting rich if you also don't have a rich life? Zero value. Has anybody ever met a person that has money that's fucking miserable? In a coaching company, me and you meet them every day.
Every day, all day.
Guys,
Billionaires.
every day I meet multi-millionaires. I meet billionaires that pay for themselves. Listen, I wish in school they would teach this shit, but they don't. You know why? They want you to stay fucking broke. They want you to stay in the mold. Some of you guys right now, you're doing a good job. You're fitting the mold. You're not breaking any rules. You're getting civilized. You're conforming. That is the last thing you want to do. I'm a fucking renegade. And that's why I run with like Ian and Evan. Like, we're renegades. Hey, by the way, we love people. Don't get it confused. Okay, we are out for the freaking impact. We are out for the underdogs. If you're watching this, I know you know the heart. Okay, so again, we're going through, like, if you're in a relationship, make sure you take good care of your person you're with. Okay, another deal. If you got a team, do me a favor. A leader isn't a position. A leader is a way you live. It's a skill of influence. It's not an on or off switch. Guys, decide right now, I am a leader or I'm not a leader. A leader is a person that cares about others. They continually break the bar wide open themselves and break records while cheering their team on. If they don't even get paid, listen, people say, well, I don't get paid anything to lead the team. Oh, so you got to get paid to be a leader? You're not a real leader. That's what people call a boss. And by the way, it's 2024 right now. People don't want to work for a boss. Just to let everybody know, none of you want a boss. I don't want a fucking boss either. You know what I want? I want a badass motherfucking leader. That's what I want. Okay? So people will work for the boss for a paycheck, but they'll work for the leader for blood, sweat, and tears. They'll follow the leader without money involved. People will choose their mentor over money every day. This is why you guys got to become the greatest versions of yourself. Listen, you know what will get you further than anything else that I ever teach you? Living by the code of being a great human. Listen, you're going to fuck up every day. What? I make a mistake? Hey, own it immediately. Watch this. Always empty the bullets out of the enemy's gun as fast as possible by owning your shit. Okay? You can't cock that bitch because I keep dropping the bullets out of it left and right. Every time I do something fucked up, I say, man, dude, you know what? Being human is crazy. You know what I mean? Being a sinner is crazy. The good thing is I got the same grace as everyone else in this world. And I asked for repentance last night. I'm done. I'm good. Let's go. I'm not going to hold on to that shit. You know what the devil wants you to do? Be ashamed of yourself. You know what the devil wants you to do? Believe you're not good enough. You know what the devil wants you to do? Worry about 99.9% of the shit that's never going to fucking happen in this world. So you never play your best self and you always live in fear. No ways. Dude, I know how he's taking people out. I know. Listen, you know what I know? I'm just as human as you. I can decide to see life however I want, just like you can decide to see life however you want. So write down the perspective bucket. The next bucket's going to be your lenses. How do you see the world? How do you believe the world sees you? I need you to know, I don't care how the world sees you. I need you to know that you decide how the world sees you. And that's the way that you'll live. You set the standard for your own life. No one else does. Guys, you know what I love about a human being? This is so cool. And your wife can't fix it. Your kids can't fix it. Your team can't fix it. This is a you thing. This is where you guys need to understand that the most dangerous secret weapon is you. No one knows what's inside of you but you. If you're empty right now, if you're not driven, if you're not hungry, all you got to do is take everything that I'm saying, put it in a fucking bag, put a chip on your shoulder, and go run with it. Bury it in your heart and go crazy. Guys, you know, I had a lot of people that never believed in me. And I learned that the whole time I was like waiting for somebody else to give me permission and give me validation that I was capable of doing something big. Yeah, well, don't hold your fucking breath because no one's going to do it. Okay, you'll suffocate before you're successful. Everybody understand this. You don't need validation from anyone. I remember I was having a conversation with Andy Elliott one time, and he goes, greatest advice I'll ever give you. He goes, I think you're going to do big things here and they go really far. He goes, but you don't need my validation. You don't need it from anyone, man. Your own validation is all that matters. I need everybody to understand this really quick. You're going to get tested, and people are really going to see if you really want what it is that you said you wanted. Okay, everybody, are you ready? Be prepared to get hurt if you're going after a big life. Okay, some of you right now, you got a husband, you got a girlfriend, you got a boyfriend, you got a wife, and you're going to go chase something, and they're going to say, it's time to quit. You're not going to make it. No one knows, not even your wife, not even your husband, what's inside of you. No one knows. I want to tell you something. I was so wrong. I didn't say other people were wrong. Yeah, people were wrong about me, but I was so wrong about me. I didn't even know how dangerous I was. Guys, the one thing that shifted everything was that perspective lens, which is what we're talking about in this bucket. The way that you see life will be the way that life goes. I need you to know this. If you're the bottom of the board, if you're the last person that people think about when they're picking a team, if you look in the mirror and you're like, dude, nobody's going to be attracted to this. You can end up being the most attractive. You can end up being the most popular. You can be the one that everybody will fight to have on their team. You can be the one that people will choose to go to war. And it's people like that that are the most broken, that are the most lost, that are the most stuck, that are the most fucked up, who can unstick themselves, who can unscrew themselves, who can fix their mind. Those people are the most qualified to be the greatest leaders. Okay? Because listen to me. You're immensely, which means massively qualified to help anyone else in this world overcome anything that you can overcome in your own life. I want everybody to write down every insecurity you have on a piece of paper, and I want you to think, I'm going to fucking overcome all of these. I'm going to chew them up, spit them out. I'm going to break the fucking bloodline. I'm going to break this curse. I'm going to chew. Guys, I used to stutter when I was 18. I stuttered like crazy. People always say, how to become a good speaker? Dude, I was once the worst stuttering person on planet Earth. And you know what? It was a curse to me. And I broke it. You can break everything. Dude, I used to be the cold, hardest freaking person, wanted to hurt everyone around me. I don't want to hurt anybody. Dude, the Apostle Paul was once Saul, the guy that was the Christian killer in the Bible, the one that they counted out, the ones that hated Christians. Guys, I used to have bad intentions. I didn't want to help anyone. I wanted to make money. That's all I wanted to do. And then now my intentions are amazing. I don't make any decisions based off money anymore. How can someone go from this to this? Extremes. It's all extremes. I was an extreme loser. I'm an extreme winner. I don't know how to play in the middle. I don't know how to play lukewarm. And I think every one of you guys probably have obtained and hold on to the same kind of feelings that I have. And that will make you dangerous. By the way, so the number one thing you got to understand is that a lot of people along the way are going to quit on you, not believe in you. And I'm going to be honest. Listen, people are going to say really hurtful things, or they're going to say, babe, you don't have to do that. Honey, you don't have to go to the gym like that. Hey, you don't have to do that. I love you the way you are. I'm going to tell you why people say I love you the way you are. Because they think that your little sensitive bitch ass feelings can't handle the truth. Could you imagine your mom saying this? Honey, listen, you're never going to be successful. Most moms would never say that. Most moms, my mom said it. She's a crackhead. But most moms would never say that. They want to say, honey, I love you just the way you are. Basically, she's sugarcoating the fact that she doesn't believe you're ever going to be successful because she knows that you'll never work that hard. You'll never do what it takes. And she's watched you quit your whole life. So she doesn't want to say that. So she wants to say, baby doll, we love you just the way you are. Hey, don't sugarcoat shit around me. I'd rather you say you don't believe in me. And by the way, I'm not mad at you when you say it. I'm just going to prove you fucking wrong. Guys, at the end of the day, you got to understand this. This is the truth of life. If you haven't given anyone evidence that you can become who it is that you say that you want to become, isn't it in their right to believe that you can't do it? Yeah. I mean, if you're telling me that if you're slow at racing and you tell me you're going to be the fastest runner on the team, I'm going to tell you you're full of shit until you're the fastest runner on the team. You guys got to realize. So a couple things. Number one, you've seen all these buckets now. Who's my identity? What do I want? What am I willing to stand on? Are you guys willing to reprove? Notice, not prove, reprove every day to everyone in this world that who the fuck you are. You got to. And by the way, listen, guys, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking about when we go to these big crazy levels and we are doing things when no one believes in us and we're not quitting and we wake up and go to the gym and we have 3 hours of sleep and we're like, dude, I think I would do better if I would get a little rest. At the end of the day, like the most successful people operate 70% in the dark. Hey, I'm a sales guy. I got a good attitude all the time. That's part of the job. I don't give a fuck how I feel. I know the vibes I got to put off when I'm selling something. I know I really got to care. I know I got to have a good heart. I know if you capture the person's heart, you capture the person. I know that there's a lot of things that I've got to do right. But I want to be very clear with all of you that I don't normally see people become really successful who are casual. Hey, I got a feeling it's all going to work out. No, it's not. Hope and luck don't exist. I'm glad you have hope. I have hope in the future. But guess what? You're going to have to go dark. I need everyone to understand. Going dark does not mean being hateful. Going dark means tapping in to that fucking internal side of you that wants to come out and burn everyone's eyes out with your winning. The one inside that says, you know what? I know my wife isn't attracted to me. I know it. I know I got fucking fat. I know I can fucking see it. So you know what I'm going to do over my dead body? Am I going to let her fucking see this for any longer? I'm going to change. Hey, not even for her, for me. For me, because I need this. I need this confidence. I need this self-esteem. I need this belief. For me, chase my dreams, to not quit. Okay? Guys, you got to find some things that trigger you. What is it? You're poor, you're going to stay poor, and you didn't have anybody in your bloodline do anything big in your family. All right, cool. So you're going to be the one that steps up and changes everything? You guys heard the Ed Milet story. He said in every wealthy person's family, there was eventually a point in time at some point where there was no wealthy person in that family until I showed up. Maybe you're going to be the one. I'd like you to be. No one can stop you but you. It's important to get onto this topic right now. I decide when I quit. No one decides for me. So I'm going to give you a little something to chew on for a minute. Take quitting off the table. Write this down. I'll die before I quit. You know what? I'd rather you die with honor chasing something you want than be a quitter and have everything they said about you or thought about you be right. No thanks. No thanks. I'd rather die a miserable death, at least chasing my dreams, than die a comfortable death. Die quitting. Okay, so you got to decide right now. We got life A, we got life B. Ready? Life A is you don't want any war. You don't want any chaos. You don't want any animosity. You don't want to fight for anything in your life. You don't want to do hard shit. So you're deciding that you want to go be put in a corner, live 100 years, live a long life, never impact anybody, not change one human being the whole time you're here. You want to be lethargic, lay dead, be fed 3 times a day, basically live the longest and have a non-existent life. No fucking way. You know what I'd rather do, guys? Completely honest. I'd rather live 2 more years. If I could have 2 more years, in the next 2 years, I could go around, literally live to be the best version of myself, change other people's lives, have other people walk up to me and go, man, dude, you changed my life. Live a life that's so crazy, so powerful, so strong. Recreate. Dude, become something that no one thought I would become. And go all in, man. Empty the fucking tank. Sleep with my shoes on. Go to sleep hungry. Wake up starving. Dream. Be a dreamer. Be a crazy dreamer. Don't hate on anybody. Find my people. Run with that circle. And by the way, some of you are like, hey, I don't have the right circle. Listen, if you do what I'm telling you to do, this circle will come find you. They'll find you. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, I find my people. And dude, the baddest ass people in the world weren't like always great. They were usually underdogs that came up, and they love other underdogs. They're like searching all the time for other underdogs. They love it. Guys, I built the Elliott Group on a group of underdogs, including myself, all of us. And we decided our mission was to take down Goliaths. We wanted to fucking destroy the greatest companies in our niches who are fat, lethargic, comfortable, slow, unwilling to take risks, culture killers, not culture builders like us, out for no impact, only wanted to make money. We're bankrupting. We're running after them right now. I love it, man. I can't tell you guys how to live, but what I can tell you is what worked for me. Okay? I told you guys at 39 years old, my wife literally grabbed my love handles and she said, looks like you're getting comfortable. And you know what? I don't like that. I don't like, everybody knows if you got a little fat on you, don't like you touching that shit, right? Because it kind of makes your spine crawl, like spiders are crawling up your back. I needed her to piss me off. Everybody, if you're lucky enough to have that one friend in your life that fucking pisses you off, say thank you to them today. That person is the difference between me being great, being here with you today, or you not knowing my name, nor me telling you how to get your edge. Everybody needs that buddy that will piss them off. Everybody needs that buddy that's direct, that you're just like questioning sometimes, like, why do I like you? Because that's the only real person in your life that fucking loves you, that tells you the truth. That's the person that protects you when somebody's after you. That's the person that, warns you. That's the person that sees your potential and pushes you to get it, never lets you settle. You don't want to run that person off. That person is your greatest weapon. I want to tell all of you, when I was in shape, I always did my best work. When I was out of shape, I always let shit slip. I always let shit slide. It all flowed together. And so I just want to tell you another deal with my wife. She said, we learned to live without you. Decide what you stand on. Let me explain. From 18 to 39 years old, no one knew my wife's name. No one knew my kid's name. The companies I work for never asked, nor did they care. That should be a red flag. Okay? Like, I want someone that I'm going to work for blood, sweat, and tears, to know my family. I want them to know my family's goals. Hey, now listen, some of you may say, Andy, that's kind of unrealistic. Oh, okay, cool, but can you become that? Hey, you can't find it, build it. Maybe some of you guys, what I'm saying, you say, Andy, that doesn't exist. All right, what now? Settle or fucking build? You choose. We decided to build. People walk into the Elliott Group now. If any of you've ever been here, you walk in. I'll flip this around, but you walk in just a little upstairs right here portion. But you walk in, you can feel the energy from the street. You can feel the music from the street. You can walk into the gym at any point in time during the day, and these people don't get paid to train. They're in there beating the freaking demons off their mind. Because all day long, dude, the devil attacks what's valuable. And you know what those three things are? Number one, your mind. Number two, your heart. And number three, your family. He will always attack the family, the heart, and the mind. And so if you keep those three on guard, You're good. Okay? Everybody right now, audit your heart. Be very careful to have a dark heart. Dark hearts will ruin your life. Do you know that I told you guys a minute ago, there's only one person that could ever beat you guys. And I said it was you. Let me elaborate on it. There's a thing called self-sabotage. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with it. Every one of you, there was a point in your life where you had something good going your way, and you fucking ruined it. And you like to look back on that situation, you like to think that someone else ruined that for you. That was you. You got emotional. You got angry. You said something you couldn't take back. You did it. It's cool. You got to own it. Remember, winners look in the mirror and own their shit. Losers give away the power to fix it. They want to blame it on someone else. So they give away the power. Don't ever give away the power. Everything that's good and bad in your life is your fault. All of it. That right there, that's a leader everyone in the world wants to follow. That's a leader that people will die for. That's a vision. If that leader has a vision, that's the vision that people will run with and build something that no one ever thought was possible to build. Okay, so we talked about don't chase the man, right? Or don't chase the money, chase the man. Remember this. There's two types of rich. There's rich in your wallet. There's rich in your bank account. I mean, in your heart. Okay? Everybody, if you're broke right now, but you're in a relationship, should you be marriage millionaires? Yeah? Yeah, I was rich with my wife before I ever had a dollar. So I just want you to think about that. Okay? Two other things I want to cover. Hold on, real quick. And I always text shit to myself. I don't know how you guys operate, but I like, when I'm thinking something, I like text it to you. And so sometimes when you look it up on an iPhone, you're like, yeah, where's that thing I texted me? All right. Check this out. All right, here we go. Bam. Okay, write this down. Do more, grow faster, change more lives. That's my goal for you. You should always be thinking about do more, grow faster, change more lives. Okay? I'm going to give you some things to write down. Write down what problem am I trying to solve in life right now. Look, if you want to make a lot of money, solve little baby problems, you get baby paychecks. Solve big daddy problems, you get big daddy paychecks. What problems are you trying to solve in life right now? You know what problem I wanted to solve? Going from being fucking unfulfilled, hating myself, not liking me, to actually just switching over to a person that I like. And when I did that, my money went through the roof. The first time in my life, I stopped chasing money. And I started focusing on finding my best self. I found my circle. I found my life. I found my new identity. I found what I was really good at. I found my best version. I found my best marriage. I found everything. Guys, listen to me. I'm going to tell you this. You got a lot of people tell you a lot of different things in your life. Okay? Everybody right now, the number one thing you focused on was total recreation, building a new identity every day, focusing on these buckets that we talked about on this call. Oh my God. Look, I'm going to tell you, does anybody understand money for a minute? By the way, most people don't understand money. It's a big deal. They don't know how to make it sometimes. They just don't know how to keep it. They don't know how to multiply it. Understanding how to multiply money is super important. So a penny a day, doubled every day for 31 days is 11 million. Most people, if I was to say, would you rather get a penny a day doubled every day for 31 days, or would you rather have $1 million cash right now? People would scoop that $1 million cash as fast as they could. And they left 11 million on the table because they couldn't wait 31 days. They couldn't understand the math of money. Guys, your body, everybody write this down. If I got paid, okay, based on the way that I took care of my body, how much would they pay me? Okay? If I got paid based on the way that I had my relationship with my girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, and wife, how much would they pay me? If I got paid by the way I treated my kids, would I be rich or broke? If I got paid based on the way that I talk to myself, would I be rich or poor? Man, I wish at the end of the day, nobody made any money until these things happen. Because that's when you get rich. Okay? So, a couple things. Number one on this call, what we started out having a conversation about is a new map to get all of you the results that you want. Guys, I just gave you a new play. I gave you a new map. You might have heard it before, but remember this. It's one thing to learn it. It's another thing to live it. Who do you need to say no to? What places do you need to say no to? Okay? Guys, what do you need to say no to on this call? You know right now, instinct, I need to say no to this now. I need to get that person the hell out of my life now. Okay? Hey, guess what? If you don't have the courage to remove someone out of your life, you don't deserve a better life. I just want everyone to know. I hear people all the time. They're like, Andy, but you don't understand. Yes, I do. I just don't run around and tell people about all the fucking decisions I have to make people feel sorry for me. I got rid of these people a long time ago when I decided to change my life. And guess what, guys? It never ends. Do you hear me? Once you keep changing, there's going to be a person and a point at some time who you thought was going to be with you for the long journey. Those people put a boundary on you. They put a box around you. They said, this is who you are. And when you outgrow that, there's going to be conflict. They're not going to like it. Okay? So, let's make a plan. Let's figure out what you guys want to do. What would take 5 years to do? And let's figure out how to do it in the next 5 months. That's what I want to do. I want to go extreme. Some of you guys right now, do you want to know, do you believe that you deserve to know what your dream body looks like? Yes or no? I swear on my life, if I don't see that fucking dream body on March 1st, I'm going to get a chainsaw and cut your fucking head off. I am sick of you making promises and not keeping them. Get your food right. Find the hardest workout you can possibly get. Get you the greatest freaking headphones they make on planet Earth. Hit that do not disturb button for 5 or 6 days a week for an hour and a half and go dark. Get to know yourself a little bit. Guys, listen, you know what will take you further than anything else? There's a drug that I want all of you to take. There's a chemical that will make you feel euphoric. You can't buy it. It's not for sale. You can't buy it. It's only a biological reward you get from doing shit you don't want to do and doing the hard work. And I want you guys to write these down. These are chemicals your body will release when you go into the gym and you go dark, like I just asked you to do. By the way, you want to feel fucking more energy than you've ever felt? You want to feel like you're on top of the world? I mean, I'm not going to compare it to God, but do you want to feel God-like? It exists in you. It's called oxytocin. Okay? It's called serotonin. It's called dopamine. And it's called endorphins. Oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins. These 4 chemicals live in you. And when you get in the gym, you're like, I'm just going to give you an example. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to 15. And at 15, it's really burning. And you're like, I don't fucking do 10 more. And then you do 10 more and your arms feel like they're going to fall off. Some of you are like, why the pain? Why torture yourself like that? I don't want to hurt like that. You will never have access to these biological reward chemicals that your body releases when you do hard shit. I feel bad for you because you have missed out on the greatest part of your life And the reason why some of us can go so much further than others is because we know when we do hardship, it's not about the mental toughness part. It's about the chemicals that are about to be released and will go a little bit further. Then your workout partner, you know what he says? 10 more. And by the way, if you don't have one, it's you. Guys, you're your own drill sergeant. No one else is. Okay? So I say, Andy, I don't have a good workout partner. Shut up. You're your own workout partner, dude. Remember, this is between you and you. Okay? You're going to live with you for the next 25/7, 365 until they bury you in the ground and pat you on the head with a shovel. You better have a good relationship with you, and you better be your own drill sergeant. So when you're in there and you want to quit, you know what I want you to say? I'm not a fucking quitter. I want you to get angry. And I want you to do 10 more, and then 10 more, and then 10 more. And then when it feels like your arms are going to fall off, if that's what you're hitting, you know what I want you to do? 10 more. When you put down those weights, I want your head, your brain to be tingling. And then all of a sudden, chemicals start racing through your body. Oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, endorphins. And while most people sit on a cell phone, letting their endorphins fire to feel alive, you went and did something really hard. Number one, your body's going to look amazing. Oh my God. Your body's going to change. You're going to look different. You're going to feel different. But dude, this vibe, this wavelength that you'll be on, everyone you come in contact with for the next 12 to 15 hours, they're going to feel fucking magnetic. Because you're magnetic. Because you love your life. Because you love what you stand for. Because you're not a coward. Because you were able to stay in the race and the game. And no one made you stay in. You stayed in because you chose to stay in. Guys, is that a good life? Oh my God, man. Basically, what I did on this call is I just dumped out my brain. I obsess over this shit. Guys, it's the law. Okay? When you become great, you get great. When you become someone the world never thought you could become, the world gives you what it never thought you would get. Guys, don't you want to prove every fucking one of them wrong? Don't you want the fucking people you roll with and look up to you and change their life because you're fucking a badass? Don't you want, if today you were born again, to actually build a life that counts? Dude, a life that counts, guys? You think you were just made to merely fucking exist and make money? That's junk. Guys, your purpose should be to live such a fucking badass life. I don't care how much money you have. You inspire every son of a bitch to be better. Male or female on this call. We need more badass women. If you're a woman, you're on this call, I'm telling you, listen, if there's no great men that get built without a great woman. Now, I will tell you, men, if you're on this call and you don't have a great woman, you're better off being alone than having the wrong woman. There's two things that'll kill a man. I would say they kill a woman too. Having the wrong man will kill a woman. Not having a circle for a woman to run with will ruin a woman's life. Okay? Men tend to be a little bit more savage, it seems, in the past, but women are coming up pretty fucking fast. So I would say if a man needs a brotherhood, truth, man, he's got to be around a good group of men, or else he's going to become a piece of fucking shit. Okay? And a good woman will make a badass man. I want to tell every one of you this, and this is my message as we exit this call. I was a complete fuck up my whole life. Total transfer. When I decided to make changes, I was with Jackie. And I want to show you guys this just for 30 seconds, but Jackie did something for me that was super important. And I want you guys to see, because you might not see this. This is a picture when I was 26 and Jackie was 24. This picture, every time I messed up, instead of Jackie cutting my legs off, telling me how big of a fuck up I was, she kept reminding me what she saw in me. If you guys can just keep people like that in your life, by the way, she was completely direct with me when I was making a mistake. Like, dude, listen, if I wasn't keeping my word, if I made a false promise, like she would cut my head off. I loved it. Everybody write this down. We'll finish this. If you want a badass life, if you want to become very wealthy, if you want to go to new levels you've never been to, you must increase your levels of accountability in yourself, and you must find a running mate. And by the way, some of you say, I don't have a running mate. Cool. It sounds like it's just fucking you for now. And you got us. Okay? Hey, remember this, guys. You guys have us. You can get as close to us as you want. You can come out to every event all year. You can be on every call. You can get your fucking car and move down here. No one owns your life but you. Don't ever be one of these people that sit there and go, I can't do anything. What do you mean? Ian Macklin moved from Denver to Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to Scottsdale with me. And he quit his job on his best paycheck he's ever had. And he had no idea what he was going to get paid. I didn't know what I was going to pay him either. Fuck, we didn't know anything. We just knew we were going to make some winners. And we were going to become winners. Sometimes that's all you need, man. Is a crazy friend or two. You know, people that live by the same values as you. And just remember, man, guys, no one can tell you when it's over. Only you can tell you when it's over. Okay? So for all the people that bet against us, let's burn their fucking eyes out. Okay? And by the way, listen to me. There's a lot of people that are going to believe in you guys. And I'm going to be completely clear, you haven't met them yet. When you do the work that you learned on this call and you recreate, those people are going to start showing up. They're going to say, hey, I've seen you. You changed my life. Thank you. And by the way, I'm going to make this last thing clear. 99% of the people's lives that you ever change, when you make these decisions to change, you'll never even know about it. I get the craziest things where I run into people and they're like, dude, I met this guy and he said you changed his life. I was like, what guy? I'm like, I didn't even know about that guy. It's like, guys, you don't get to hear about all the good that you're doing when you take care of yourself. But I promise you, it's doing massive good. Okay? Love you guys. Everybody have a blessed day.
All right, guys, you're the true 1%ers. You made it to the end of the video. Let's go. Like, comment so we know who you are down below, and then share this video to somebody else who needs it. And also turn your notifications on because we got the fire coming every single day. Amazing. We'll see you at the next video. Let's go.